Good day, everybody. This is a rescue beyond rescues on this UPS Lionel set I just finished. It came out great. It's got a couple of scars. I made a double oval with it. For sale. It's for sale here, of course, but I got the set in heavily abused, and it looked like it was intentionally broken. Who knows who did it? But I got her going. It looks great. I've never seen a UPS set before. It's a Lionel. I think the flatcar. I'll stop it here. The flatcar must have came with a load of some kind. Maybe it was a UPS truck. I don't know. Something must have been. They never give you an empty flatcar. It's got the logo on it. But I took these wood blocks and nailed them from the bottom and painted them what looked like cardboard. Make them look like packages, you know. I tried to use the tiniest nails I could in case somebody didn't want to change the load. Maybe they'd pull them off. There's just tiny holes there. It's not going to wreck the deck or glue them or something. That's a semaphore. I love these cheapy semaphores. They're great. Very affordable. It hung up. Sometimes you gotta put a little oil in. Better if you don't have to oil them at all. There's an adjusting screw there for the tension, just like on the contactors for operating accessories. Work it around a little. But like I was saying, the engine only had reverse electronic E-unit, so something burned out in the board. The cow catcher was bent in. I took a chance. I grabbed the pliers and went for it. It bent back. It stayed on. It didn't seem fragile. Headlight was out. Smoker unit didn't work. The rear trailing truck was bent terribly. And the whistle tender, the front truck was broken in half. The wheels were gone, of course. But it worked. I got another frame for that because I didn't have a truck. So yeah, if you can see, the trucks aren't the newer style Lionel. They're the old bar end. So the shell will fit right on a post-war frame. And the flat car was busted couplers. I had to replace them, whatever. The Boxcar needed springs for the couplers. The caboose was a terrible mess. The end railings were gone. The lights were broken, or the light wasn't working due to the wires being broken. Lights up now. It's hard to see because the voltage is low, but I had the end railings. So broken trucks, wheels gone, couplers, engine not running. And something interesting is you can see somebody scratched on the UPS logo right here. Like, so somebody did everything intentional. Hard to see. So I first looked at it, I like rescuing some pretty tough things. I looked at this, I don't know if I can do this. It's got to be profitable, you know. I think it'd be fixed, but I thought I'd maybe just start with the engine and see if I had a board for it. Yeah, I'm going to throw the switches. Love the good old double oval. Any gauge really, but seems something special about 3-rail double oval to me. When you clean your tracks, use a green Scotch-Rite scrubby. Never use steel wool or anything. It's a brand new semaphore. Sometimes you got to break it in. So I started with the engine and went from there because I got it. But the thing is, I got it. How about this one? Great info for anybody that wants to save your Lionels of this type. There's so many different road names, of course, where you have that electronic unit that you throw the switch, not a lever, you know, the electronic switch to lock out the reverse unit. If that board fails, you can just switch it over to DC. Just cut the board out, and your engine will run if you don't mind that, of course. You want it to run like it should on AC. I could kind of show you what I did with this one. First time I ever did it, I thought of it. I cut everything out literally and just wired it like an HO locomotive. And it still has forward and reverse. This is, of course, a DC power pack. So MRC throttle pack. You still go forward and back just by the switch here, instead of the reverse unit in the engine. Holding a camera, I can put it down. And I had another engine, it was black, similar kind. I thought maybe I'd take the board out of it, but guess what, that was fried. So I did that to that one. Cut everything out, I made that one DC. It's ready to go on the setup ahead someday. There's nothing to really explain for the wiring. Rip everything out. So all you got left is a wire hanging up there by the motor. It's a DC can motor, of course. You got a wire hanging up there from the center rail pickup, and that's it. No, actually, there's a ground wire too. That screws with a tiny Phillips screw to the frame. That's right. One wire to one side of the motor, one wire to the other. And you're back in business as long as your motor's okay. You might have a fried board and a fried motor. And if you ever want to check a motor, just take a DC power pack and run a jumper wire to each side of the motor. If it goes, it goes. Jumper wires. The Boxcar itself has sprung trucks, and it's a Lionel. I'm wondering why the whole set doesn't have sprung trucks. The flatcar and the caboose don't, and the tender didn't either. This isn't the same tender frame. I'd love to show you how I got the headlight in it without the smoke unit. That had to come out. Behind, maybe I'll tell you quick. I did a MacGyver on it. There's 2 screws that hold the boiler cap out from underneath. And I took a nut. Of course, I put a grain of wheat bulb in there, you know. I took a nut that's metal, a thick nut. So it wouldn't heat something plastic up. And Jay beat it to the inside of this. But to hold it, I had kind of like this rubber material thingy, like a round disc. It's hard to describe. And I filed it out where it would just gently hold the back of the bulb without it coming out. So if the man ever wants to replace it, he can just pull it out. He doesn't have to unglue or cut my work out or anything. Just pull a bulb out and wire a new one in. And that's got a headlight. First I was looking for a metal tube, like some brake line, hydraulic brake line if you work on cars. JB it to the back of the lens, but I couldn't find anything quick enough. And here's this nut. Hey, this will work perfect. It's a nut, but so what? It's got both marker lights after probably being thrown at the wall about 3 times. The engine. This is a neat set. I think it's a neat set. You know, the UPS theme. Lionel had so many different themes. I love that. They even had a Honda one, like Honda cars. The Honda Flyer. I had one of those. This'll fly easily right off the track. You gotta watch it. This is like a quarter throttle. I don't know if I can. I'm gonna give her a little on this. A little risky. I'm not sure if those tiny power packs would run this, because it's pulling a lot of weight. It'd probably burn a power pack up. So I went with a big one. It's got really nice response right from the start. I'll just crawl even. You hear the motor struggling. Very smooth. A little known fact is a lot of the newer Lionels will run AC or DC, even without modifying, like I said. You can run them on a DC power pack, and you'll for forward, neutral, and reverse, you just throttle off the DC, just like an AC power pack. You can't hurt it by trying, because if it's not meant to do it, it'll buzz. If the engine just goes, that's AC only, or DC won't. It won't do both. Run on both. Cast iron shell. I had to drill forever to get through to the side of the boiler in front to mount the bracket for the bulb holder. Oh wait, no, that was that other one I did. That second one. I put a headlight in that too because the smoke unit was out, and so I made a right angle bracket and soldered a screw type bulb in behind the lens. Feels good. I could do this all day. No smoke unit anymore, but At least it's running. Sometimes, like these, I like to say, I'm just trying to get them down the track a little farther. Some are like perfect restorations, correct everything, and some got some MacGyver work on them. Here's another tip, if you'd like one. If the power on your manual switch is failing, it's even on remotes too. Let's slow this down a little. If the center rail doesn't work throughout, your the thingy here to the rivet may be rusted inside there or loose, the connection. So what I do is scratch it up and I put a little solder over the top and then level it off like body work on cars. And then it restores power to all three sections of the center rail. Check it with a multimeter. Oh, and one more thing. Depending on which way you have the switch track thrown, it'll have power or not. I think maybe that's non-derailing, come to think of it. It's a non-derailing feature. The engine would have to catch before it hits too far. So if you're going to check with your continuity meter to see if you got good power, you got to check it this way first. You won't have power here. And then this one will have power, but this one won't, that center rail. Because inside here there's a contact that goes back and forth just like with marks. So if it's only one way, you're okay. It's supposed to be like that. You throw it the other way. See if I can feed it. Odds are I was gonna. These are smooth switches, 1022s I think they're on. I didn't have the little indicators for the arrows, but it's tough to make something up because it doesn't spin on a fulcrum or a pivot. It's held on a pin, but a gear hits the side of the pointer, those red pointers. You'd have to make something with a gear on it. You have to get a gear. You have to work on that one. I mean, you can buy them, but they're expensive. Most guys, the cost of that pointer is the cost of the switch. For whatever reason. Little wheel slip on the switch there. Got a traction tire. Let's check the spin on this. Check the traction. Sometimes the tire goes flying. Traction tire and you regret doing that. A little loose. Then you gotta find one. You work on trains a lot, get an assortment of those. Don't pull your hair out each time you gotta get one. I have a big assortment. HO or O gauge or N. And you can use a different make tire on the make and model you got. It could even be a European tire on a domestic one. Whatever fits. I'm at my 20-minute mark on the video. I think I'll go. Whoop, whoop. Well, that's it for the UPS video. Have a good day. Be good. And try to be in the Lord's will. Thank you for watching.